So I guess for those who don't know, like how would you describe Host GPO in a nutshell?
Yeah, absolutely. So we basically are a buying group for hosts. So what we do is we take this collective buying power and we negotiate the very best prices with our partners. Most of us here at Host GPO are hosts ourselves. And so we're going to partner with companies that really are tried and true, companies that are going to set our members up for success. With that being said, like I mentioned, you do get the very best prices in the industry. So these are better than trade discounts. We're not going to partner with a company if they're just going to offer us a
Mhm.
trade discount because really anybody with an EIN number can get that trade discount typically.
Yeah.
What we want to do is we want to ensure that we have the very best pricing with those discounts. So, with that being said, if you're looking for anything from mattresses, linen, furniture, amenities, we have you covered.
Cool. So just to kind of, and also like just to visualize it for the hosts. So you guys, as a company, Host GPO, have all these discounts with all these different brands that are tried and true for, for could be really. I know some of the brands, are some brands you could have in your home, like West Elm, for example. But some of these brands are also very good for short term because they're super durable, stuff like that. So can you just give a high level brief overview? Obviously, some people are listening to this and can't necessarily see it, but how does the actual process work um, for getting these items through Host GPO?
Yeah, it's super simple. You basically log into our portal. If you do not have a membership currently, you can go ahead and sign up for a 3-month free membership. That's really important to us. We want you to get in and really just see what we're all about. Connect with our representatives at Host GPO, have them walk you through the portal. Once you have the membership, you can go ahead and log in. You can take a look at all of our different partnerships. You can click on those partnerships and you can literally follow along on how to place that order, and then also what that overall discount is as well.
Cool, love it. Do you think? Because I was telling you before this that I do short term rentals and I also do mid term rentals. Some I kind of do the hybrid strategy like you. Would you say there's a big difference in, I guess, design and like approach overall to kind of like the furnishing the design piece? Would you say there's a big difference?
I do think
Extent.
there's a difference for sure. I think when you're furnishing a midterm rental, when you're designing a midterm rental, you really need to think about your guest. How long is your guest staying with you? It's not just a few nights. So you really want to ensure that you're creating this amazing experience for them for 30 plus days, right? So with that being said, you want to ensure that you have a fully stocked kitchen. You want to ensure that you have, a decent number of linens. Do you have replacements? Are you you know, thinking about, like, your furniture pieces, of course, you always want, like, quality pieces of furniture within, a short-term rental if you can do contract grade if possible. But with a midterm rental, you wanna think about, the overall experience that that guest is gonna have at your property. So, how is your furniture laid out? Is it conducive to, sitting around in the evening and watching TV versus just, like, having, guests over for a weekend?
Totally, totally. And I guess for you, when you're designing these, do you have a certain rule of thumb? Because I'll tell you what I tell people because I found it for my own properties. Now I sometimes go the cheap route and I kind of keep out of things. So I usually stick at roughly $10, maybe 12. I'm getting crazy per square foot. Is that what you're seeing? Because I know you mentioned you're at one of your Airbnbs now. You guys can just tell your wall looks really nice. My wall is completely plain. This is my house and it's an apartment, whatever.
Yeah.
But you're the pro here. What do you recommend price wise?
Yeah, I think that's really important. I mean, I think that you have to think about what your tier is, like what are you tiering yourself at? Are you a luxury property? Are you, a good quality mid-range property or are you a budget-friendly property?
Yeah.
I typically like to go in at about $15 a square foot. And the
Okay.
reason why I do that is because the partnerships that we have through Host GPO, they sell quality pieces of furniture that's going to withstand the wear and tear of a rental. Some of those companies you're going to recognize, like Pottery Barn, West Elm, Crate and Barrel, Article. If you are purchasing from those companies, typically you're around $15 a square foot. Now, not saying that you can't throw in some things that are, purchased locally, purchased from, Amazon or Wayfair. There's a time and a place for those pieces. Could you do it for $10 Absolutely, you could. I do think there's going to be a little bit more sourcing on the members end when it comes to finding that piece at that price point. But I think overall, mid range, typically like to say 15. If you're going luxury, you're looking at 20 to 25.
Got it. Okay. Totally fair.
I'm
I'd
not
say
super budget friendly though.
you're right, right. Yeah. The first Airbnb that I ever did, I don't know what it was dollars per square foot, but it was definitely lower than 10. It had to be at least like probably around 5 because we got free couches on Facebook. It was terrible, and I
Yeah.
don't recommend it at all. It was it was a disaster.
Yeah. And
Don't
I
get me
think
wrong.
about, I mean, I've designed so many short-term rentals. And when I first started, I was doing this on my own and I would try to get like the best look for the lowest price.
Yeah,
And at the end of the day, what I found out was that I was wasting so much of my time literally trying to find that best deal. And not everyone has that time or that energy. And so you really just have to think about how important is your time when you are actually designing a rental.
totally. So for Host GPO and specifically for midterm, and again, the short term kind of overlaps too, at least for my business, because
Yeah.
sometimes I do short term, I do a hybrid strategy, some I kind of throw it around. But I know you're saying before that Host GPO has certain things like the host boxes, for example, that help streamline the process overall. If you can just give kind of a glimpse into what that all entails.
Yeah, no, that's a really great question. So we really want to make it as easy as possible for homeowners to set up a property. With that being said, not only do we want to make the process really easy, but we also want to take all of the guessing work out of placing orders. So we have exclusive partnerships with companies like Standard Textile. Standard Textile is a hospitality textile company, highly recommended if you're not currently using it. These products are going to really withstand all of the washing and the wear that you're putting them through. When I first started, I had no idea there was anything such as hospitality grade textile. So and I learned the hard way. But what we've done is we've put together these bath boxes and these bed boxes. And if you hop onto our website, it's super easy. You click on this textile or you click on our host boxes, and you can literally go in and put down how many bedrooms does your property have? How many people does it sleep? And then for the bath box, it would be how many bathrooms do you have? How many people is it sleeping? And we will calculate exactly what it is that you need for that tier. So we have 3 different tiers to choose from. Again, that really just takes the guessing work out of it because when you're looking at the standard textile catalog, it can be incredibly overwhelming because they offer a lot. So we've kind of categorized everything for you. So with the bed box, you literally are going to, everything is going to drop into your cart, everything that you need for those beds, whether it is the pillow inserts, the pillow cases, the sheet sets, 3-par sheet sets, which is really important as well. You want to have 3 sets because you always want to have a backup as well in case something were to happen to them. Your mattress protectors, everything for each of those beds is going to fall into your cart. But the real cool thing about it too is that you can customize it as well. So if you know, I love these pillows, I get them, from another vendor, you can take those pillows out. Or if you're like, I like to add a few more, just keep some things in the closet for the guests, especially with a midterm rental. That's another thing. Again, you want to ensure that you're providing these pieces for them. You can go ahead and add those if you wanted to.